Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who'd have thought they'd lead you? Who'd have thought they'd lead you? Back here where we need you. Back here where we...
What's going on? Stretch. Okay. I thought I was going to get a lot more done than I actually did during that break session from the first cipher to the second cipher. Like, I wanted to cut my hair, but I'm trying to do this experiment where I have these, what are they called? The Meta Ray-Ban glasses, right? And so I am trying to get it to where I can stream from there, not to Instagram live or whatever, right? Because I don't get money from Instagram, so why am I going to add stuff there? I mean, and I paid for these glasses, right? So why would I pay? Fine, neither here nor there. So I figured out a way to stream them to my own site. And I was just kind of like doing a test because I also added the ability for other people to kind of like video call with me too. I'm wondering if that's too much bandwidth because it was working for the first few minutes and then it started getting like choppy and like stopped and it wouldn't like broadcast. So I have to look into that. So maybe if I just do audio, I don't know. So I'm gonna try to do another test run of that like later, but here we go. And plus I had like low latency on, so I don't know if that requires more bandwidth or something. I don't know, but you know, I'm gonna try that again and I'll report back later. But welcome to untilit.works. It's a thing I created mostly for myself to be able to work on projects that I've been meaning to work on, because I'm the type of person, if I don't make time, I will never find time. And so by having these ciphers, it kind of like gives me a reason to be by the computer. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, well, I got to do these live stream things, so got to be by the computer. So since I'm by the computer, I might as well work on some projects. And that's how I rationalize it in my brain. So, like I said, there are these ciphers, and a cipher is a 3-hour block of time. And when in each cipher, there are sessions. There's a work session and a break session. Work sessions like 45 minutes, heads down, just trying to work on what you're trying to work on, just trying to make some progress. Break sessions happen 15 minutes after the hour, and I'll pop up here on the video. The page will change to kind of remind you like, hey, time to take a break, drink some water, get up, walk around, stretch, do what you got to do, but just let your mind relax and not focus on what you were just working on. Now, like I said, you'll know it's a break session because the video will pop up. But the thing is, if you ever come to the site and we're in the middle of a break session, the video may look like it's frozen, and that's because browsers don't allow for autoplay videos with audio. So with that being said, that's why I have the notice there saying that you may need to click play to start the stream. Now, I'm using the speech. Hold on. I am now using the speech recognition API that's built into Chrome browser to turn my speech into text. So if you open up that open close caption button, a space will open up, and hopefully the words I'm saying will accurately be read out. Will actually appear accurately, hopefully, in the space that opens up. All right, now if there's ever anything during these break sessions that you thought was kind of cool, you can add a clip. And what happens if you click add a clip, it will go back a couple of seconds and mark a timestamp. You get 5 clips that are 5 seconds each. And if you click that create a highlights video before I shut down the break session, what will happen is it will store those timestamps, then take the recording of the break session, cut out the clips from the timestamps, join them together, put an intro, put an outro, and then you'll be able to view it later, and I'll show you where you can check that out. There's a countdown timer, countdown to when the next work session starts. And then if you'd like to join the room to ask questions or chat or what have you, you can click that join the room button. All right, cool. And that is everything, I believe. All right, good. Now, let me show you what the work session looks like. All right, cool. Share my screen. Eventually, here we go. So this is similar to what the work session will look like. In the upper right-hand corner, We have the menu. Subscribe has a list of all the upcoming ciphers you can subscribe to get notified when we go live. On the opposite side, we have an audio player. So if you want to listen to some music while to work on what you're working on, to listen to while you're working on. I had some folks submit like some Bandcamp links to some of their music, some instrumentals, and so you can listen to some tracks. Since a Bandcamp player, you can actually purchase the track. You can also share it. I also add the ability to tweet it out. So if you want to spread the word about some really cool artists, feel free to do so, and thank you. Towards the center there, we have a to-do section where it says add a task. You type in your task, hit enter or the plus button, and it'll add it to the list of to-dos. You can click the text to edit it. You can click the X button to delete it, or you can mark it complete by clicking the checkbox. That will then send it to where it says done. Under that, you click that header, done, and it'll show you all the things you got completed. Now, before I shut everything down, if you click that Twitter icon, it'll open up Twitter and it'll list all the different tasks that you got completed. So it's kind of nice little way of saying, I got some stuff done, feeling good going into the week. At least that's for me, what I like to do. In the column to the right, we have another countdown timer, countdown when the next break session happens. And that's 15 minutes after the hour. View tutorials. So under view tutorials, if you're like brand new to coding, and you hear about it and you're like, I want to give it a shot, but don't know where to start or what have you, I have links to Free Code Camp and the Odin Project. And from what I've seen from the curriculum, what people have told me that have gone through them, I think by completing those, you'll have a good understanding of what it takes to do web development. And then from there, you can make an educated decision on whether or not you want to spend more time and or money in pursuing web development. So that's there for you. I also have, if you're already into coding and you're just looking for like a quick project to maybe spark the imagination to create a larger project, I have 3 tutorials there. And so I'm a JavaScript developer advocate at Vonage, and part of my like responsibilities are to like look over some tutorials. So the 3 tutorials I have there are where one, you after following the tutorial, you have this application where you put in your real world phone into an input box. You hit call and your real world phone will ring and you'll be able to have a conversation back and forth. Then I have one that's opposite where you get a virtual number from Vonage, and from your real world phone, you can call that virtual number, and then that's routed to your application you create from the tutorial, and you'll be able to answer and have a conversation back and forth. Then I have where you can also 2 users like log in, and one can call the other through the browser and have a conversation. So I think they're pretty cool. You can check them out there. Hako we'll come back to, but show and tell sign up. Now, show and tell sign up, like I said, if you want to come up here and talk about something you found interesting on the internet, feel free to do so. Show and tell sign up will walk you through that process. Highlight, that will first, if you submitted something to be worked on, like a highlight clip, it will say status submitted. And then when it's ready to be viewed, it'll say status done. And you'll be able to click the view button. You'll be able to preview the video. You'll also be able to click to share to Twitter. Now, Twitter sometimes shows the video depending on the URL, or sometimes it doesn't. So what I do is I download the video, and since I post to different social media, and that way I attach it to the tweet, and so I know the video will show up there. So cool. All right, now Hako. Hako stands for Help a Coder/Creator Out. And it's a thing I made that where if you ever get stuck on something, you create a Hako, which is a room that you can invite people into, and hopefully together you'll be able to work out and get the feedback or maybe the solution you're looking for. So if you click view, you'll be able to check out all the different Hakos that have been created. You can click the creator's name to open up Twitter or GitHub to check out their profile. And then there's a filter list that you can filter by different keywords. Now, when you click create, you're presented with a form where you fill in the title and 3 keywords to help somebody find a Hako, and you click create. That will then generate a unique URL that you can copy or click to share to Twitter. When you join your Hako, it looks like this. The title at the top center. Over on the right-hand side, you can leave, or you can open the menu for some more options. In the right side, in the column there, there's a chat, text chat. On the left-hand side, we have another countdown timer, countdown when the next break session happens. You can copy the URL again, and you can click to share to Twitter again. Now, when someone clicks to your link, they just don't automatically join your room. They're actually requesting to join your room. So they'll show up under pending. You can click their username to either open up Twitter or GitHub, depending on what they logged in with. And then from there, you can check out their profile to see if you want to let them into your room. And if you do let them into a room and they turn out to be a terrible person, well, you can always ban them. All right. Now, you as the owner of the Hako, only you can share your screen. And again, the reason for that is because the whole point of the Hako is for you to be able to get help to get help with the thing you're working on. And I think by being able to show other people what you're seeing, you'll be able to provide more context, and then people will be able to give you better help or feedback on the thing that you're working on. Now, like I said, there's a text chat. So you enter in your message here towards the bottom, hit send, and it'll add it to the list of messages. I also added the ability to enable audio chat. So anybody has their audio chat enabled, we'll be able to speak to and hear each other. But don't worry for the folks who don't have audio chat enabled, they'll still be able to follow along because what people are saying will be turned into text and put into the text chat. I also add the ability to do the opposite where you enable text to speech. So if you're not looking at the text chat, you can still follow along because any messages put in there will be read out aloud by your browser. So you can still kind of keep up with what's happening. And yeah, then again, you can check out different Hakos that have been created. And nice. That is pretty much it. Cool. So I'm going to get y'all back to work because like I said, there's a bunch of stuff I want to get done, like namely getting my hair cut. So the more time I have towards that, the better. So hopefully the next break session, I will have lower hair and we'll talk about something I found interesting on the internet, which is a thing I've been kind of like working on. And I think after a bunch of thinking about it, I am like 99.9% sure this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try that during the next work session and test it out because I think you can do it in the browser. And if I can, I'll show that. But if otherwise, I'll talk about it anyway. But neither here nor there. Cool. So thank y'all for coming through. I'm going to send y'all back with some traveling music. And this here is by an artist that goes by the name of Anthony Cruz, aka A Butter. The track is called Thank You. And I'm going to catch y'all later. Thanks very much. Till next break session, I wish you much productivity and be easy. Thanks again, Anthony Cruz, aka A Butter. Thank you.
I want to say thank you for holding on. When a brother was down and out, now I feel so strong. And I want to say thank you for being there. When a brother had nowhere to turn to, you were there. And I feel like, yeah. And everybody says, yeah. We spread love like, yeah. I want to say thank you for holding on. When a brother was down and out, now I feel so strong. And I want to say thank you for being there. When a brother had nowhere to turn to.